And we want to still keep saying to you that is the difference that we are offering, because others aren't prepared to talk the way we are, that it is us. We become the leaders, we set the stage, we set the tone. We don't blame anybody, but we blame ourselves, because we will be in charge.
But then don't withhold and so forth on trade all over the place. These are issues that will be.
Council, I believe Dr. Indra said at least, and even that was be modest. It's 400 to 800. Then they started building it, and it's now around 7,000. So it is possible. If you have a good plan, you follow through, you can do that. Our development strategy, and I'll read an aspect of it, it says, our overall development strategy is to inspire Ghanaians, once again, to make them believe, as they did at independence, that through hard work, honesty, and selfless dedication, they can attain the great heights that others have attained.
Thank you. Shall we take the next batch of questions?
As a whole, the small scale industry, a few of the exporting companies would benefit from it, but how many are we? Assuming it's a sign in June, what will be your policy and your reaction to that? Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. My question is in the flag.
That is why about a week ago, we had a press briefing on this whole matter of food production, food security, and all of it. And we pointed to the old silos, but definitely the need for new silos, but more importantly for a government policy on what we will do as a country to encourage food production, the storage, the preservation and the storage of food, and to ensure that government provides what it needs so that people will be encouraged to produce more. And so, yes, I've been to many of the places, Ijura and Kranza, so many other places, and I go and take a look at them. Some of them, unfortunately, are being sold. Some have been sold for purposes not related to food storage. Yes. And you've seen recently the food distribution section here in Accra is now being turned into a biofuel production facility. I don't have any quarrel about anybody doing biofuel work, but I also want to have opportunity to come back and rehabilitate those food storage areas that were there, that the state had already acquired, so that we modernize them and we get them to use again. And so there's some difficulty with what was there before, but there certainly is a need today and into the future for the country to have a specific policy on food production and storage. And it is one that we have been on record saying we will do just that. And in the manifesto will be made more clear, so everybody knows what exactly it is that we mean. But we've made the point very public and through the media for everybody to know where we stand on the matter. On the area of the youth employment scheme, I also don't want to be moved unnecessarily into politics, even though we are here on a political ground, because here we are. You're making me go back to the Workers' Brigade, because the Workers' Brigade was a planned program with experts brought in to design it, and for people to know what skills are required, and for people to be trained. And then when they are assigned, they will know where they are to go and what to do on the job. That's not the same as what is happening today. I'm not talking about scrapping the National Youth Employment Program, definitely not. But I am talking about improving it, because the state providing jobs is not a bad thing. It is that it must be well planned. It must be properly designed so that the people who go there to acquire skills, and so that the work that they do is done well, and it goes to the benefit of the country as a whole. The matter of armed robbery, I have been in 3 regions in the past 10 days, and at every stop, this question comes up: the market women. It's a big problem for them. The traders who move from point to point, it's a big problem for them. So it isn't anything we can paper over. And it comes from a variety of reasons. Obviously, our youth need jobs. We must find employment. That's one side of the equation. We must educate more of our people. That's another side of it. But then law enforcement is something that needs to be modernized. I'm not talking about taking it seriously, because we all take it seriously, but it needs to be modernized. And so when we talk about a national identification system, it must come quickly. And we must have the different databases that make it possible for someone not to get away with committing any kind of a crime. And so I, in my past, have done some law enforcement systems, tracking systems, where a police officer can sit in their car, and whoever it is that they stop or see, they can, by their driver's license, find out what their record is. And so that they can prevent crime, but at the same time, if you just committed crime, they will know who you are. We are far away from it, but it's something that we can acquire in a hurry. But you can't do it if you don't know who is here in this country. That's why something like a national identification system is needed. So we can build those databases, but we need to modernize the police force and strengthen them to do the work that they are there to do. I'll leave the matter of the EPA, but what we have said already on the EPA is certainly something has been signed. And I will leave that to Dr. Thompson to talk about that matter. Again, you go to different countries and you find that indeed it is the SMEs that are the backbone of the economy. And if the SMEs are the backbone of the economy, then we must have a specific policy on what kind of support government will give to them. And as I walk around the world, I always pick different programs that other governments have put in place for the SMEs. And virtually all of them involve low interest rate loans. They involve technical support, technical training, and other kind of incubation periods and other kinds of programs. And they are not left alone. In some instances, they have programs specifically for women who have SME entities. In others, they have them for minorities. But in all instances, government doesn't sit off to the side. And it doesn't also just give money. Money is tied to technical assistance. It is tied to having a specific plan. It is tied to being qualified. And so we don't throw monies away. And that is what we believe in, that our government, the state, must do more for the so-called little people who invariably are the ones who grow to become the big people in the system.
Of course.